Good Sunday morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ann with Ann Made, Cool Crafts and Nifty Things. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Okay, so yesterday I talked about what I gave my clients for Christmas. So it was a flicker lantern, okay? And everyone got different colors, okay? This is one of ours, but this is what they look like. And of course, you know, they're battery operated and timed. Okay, and if you can cut them on manually and turn them off manually and turn them on, but they run for 6 hours, okay, and then they automatically shut off and then turn back on after 18. So everyone got different colors, and I just thought that would be a nice gift to give for Christmas. All right, so I used Ruby by Marami, this designer paper pad, and it is an 8.5 inch by 11 inch, 5-color, 74-pound cardstock. Okay, is what I used for the insert here. And the insert below it, the white, is just copy paper. Okay, I've tried vellum and I've tried parchment paper, and doing it this way, it just does not stick. So the copy paper worked best for the insert. Okay, so that's that, and we're going to get on to a tutorial about making a 2-tier cake, miniature paper cake, and that's what I'm going to tell you about here next. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video for a moment, and then we'll jump right in. Okay, so I'm using the Ruby by Marami, okay, and this is a nice, smooth cardstock, all right? And what I did here is this cake will be a little bit smaller than the first one I've done. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit smaller. But I used this for the circle of the cake, the bottom, and then I used the bottom for the top here. So your measurements are going to vary, okay? I also used cardboard from a cracker box, okay? And you really want to do this because, like I said yesterday, this is going to hold your cake round. Okay, so I've taken the cardboard and the cardstock and cut them into pieces that match. All right, like I said, your dimensions are going to vary depending on how big or small or what you're using to make the cake with. All right, so here are the pieces that I've cut out, okay? Now, I talked about the core, all right? And this here is what I'm talking about. In order to keep this thing round, you have to use this or something. Yesterday, for this one, I used a toilet paper roll. But you're going to use something that's pretty rigid that'll keep a circular shape, even if you have to bend it into that. Okay, so here I've just kind of... Okay, so I'm back. Now, basically what you want to do is just take those top pieces and the middle piece and the bottom and just glue them together. Okay, so these you have to let dry for about a good 15-30 minutes. Okay, somewhere between there. Okay, but you definitely want to get those top and bottom pieces glued. And like I said, this glue here, this Elmer's Clear, it's very, very good. Okay, but you got to give it about, like I said, 15-30 to set up. So I'll do the rest of this, and then I'll show you how to attach these pieces to the cake, and then we'll start to frost it. All right, so hang tight. I'm going to pause and be back shortly. Welcome back, y'all. Okay, so now that we have everything secured, including this bottom piece, okay, you have to secure this bottom piece. We're going to be cutting this away after we're totally finished with the icing. Okay, so after you've got all of this here and pieced together and dry, what you're going to do is we're going to put this piece around, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that here very shortly. I just want to make sure everything's dry here before I proceed, okay? So I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back shortly. Okay guys, so to prepare the icing for the cake, we're going to use a piece of vellum. Now see how tissue papery this is? Well, I'm not complaining, okay? It just needed to be a little bit more firm of a vellum for a card. Okay, so all you want to do is take and strip it like this. Okay, into strip. Just keep stripping it all down until you've got strips that are somewhat even. Okay, and that'll be the last one. And it does this very simply. And then you're just going to twist it. Okay, and this will become your icing. Alright, it's almost like tissue paper. Okay, you could use tissue paper if you had it. I have some, but I'd like to use the vellum again on this one. Okay, so basically that's pretty much all you do. Okay, and for two-tier cake, we're going to start at the bottom. Alright, so I'm going to move these little flowers and stuff over here so I can show you. And you want to always keep something. We'll be cutting the bottom off here when we're done. Okay, so what you do to frost this cake is you get to start with a little bitty part here, okay? Alright, so you've kind of got your icing rolled, and you just want to take your glue, and this is where the magic happens. This glue is great, okay? You just want to go around the bottom. Don't worry about messing up, because you're not going to really see that. We're going to cut that away later, okay? And you just start pressing your rolled vellum around the side here. Okay, and you want to just keep rolling it and rolling it, twisting it as you go. Trying to hold that in place, kind of put some more glue down here. Doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. Okay, you're never going to see that. And you just want to keep rolling and rolling. Okay, and once this glue sets, oh, it looks so real. It really does. Okay, and you just want to make sure this is here so you're not getting glue everywhere. If you can't really see, I can't see, but I'm trying to do the best I can here. All right, and you just want to keep rolling this vellum. Just keep, you know, you could even start going the other way with it if you like. I mean, just, you know, use your discretion on how you want to do this. But you just want to keep gluing and rolling that vellum. And you want to kind of keep it, you know, somewhat at the bottom here. This one won't be perfect. But that's kind of what you want to do, okay? And we can go over it with another, you know, another small round of vellum. Okay, you just want to make sure you get it all the way around so it sticks, okay? And yeah, don't worry about that back piece. Nobody's going to see that. Okay, whoops. Come off the frame there for a minute. Okay, and you just want to kind of twist and hold, twist and hold, twist and hold. Yeah, your fingers are going to get some glue on them, so it's a little bit messy. But that's what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to get this around the bottom here, okay? And like I said, you can press it down. You just want to try to make it stay there, okay? Press it down a little bit. And watch it as it starts drying, because the glue and stuff will start sticking to your fingers. So try to get it down where you want it. Like I said, don't worry about that back piece. And see, now the vellum is starting to stick to my fingers. So you want to just get it down there. And just make sure it stays there. Like I said, nobody's going to see the back part of it. Okay, so there's that. So we'll do this section here, and then we'll go around again, and I'll show you. We're just going to move that over so we don't mess up the table. Okay, so let me pause, and I'll be back. Okay, so right about now, we should be looking like this, okay? And don't worry about that bottom part. You're not going to see that. We're going to kind of mash this down a little bit. I have found that using a Q-tip, taking the Q-tip part off here, is very helpful, okay, if you don't want to get your fingers all sticky with glue. All right, because what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of put some glue here, and we're just kind of kind of push this just down and kind of just a little bit in places. Okay, you want it to really look like icing. Okay, so we're just gonna take this piece. And like I said, if you don't want to get your hands all glued up and stuff, this is the best thing to use right here. Okay, so you just kind of want to move this around, stick it in different places. You know, watch out because this glue gets very sticky. Okay, and just kind of pat it like that. All right, in any place that you see anything that's sticking up, you just kind of want to, like, you know, you really want it to look realistic as possible. All right, so I'm just gonna put some back here, put some back here in this little split. And don't worry, like I said, nobody really sees the back of it. So if you can't get it perfect, don't worry about it. But I found that the vellum works really good for the icing. Okay, so that's what we should be looking like right now on this little 2-tier cake. And we're just gonna let this dry up here for a little bit, and then we'll start putting our little pieces up here at the top. Now, I'm not sure what I want to do for the top of this cake. I really do not want to do a candle as I've done on that one. I may make a bouquet of flowers, seeing as how these little paper flowers will be going on here like this. Okay, I don't know. I may make a bouquet, but we'll see on down the line. But right now, I'm just going to let this set up here. And the more it sets, like the shine here it gets, and it really does start to really look like icing. Okay, so let me figure out what I'm going to do up top, and then I'll be back. All right, so just hang tight for a minute. Okay, and this is what you should end up with, okay? This cute little cake. All right, I put a bouquet on the top of this one simply because I did not want to copy my first one, and I put the little pink rounds in there to match the bouquet, and I also stuck a few beads up here at the top. You can embellish it any way you want to, okay? But that's what it should look like, okay? So I hope everybody enjoyed this tutorial, and like I said, I'll be doing more tutorials here soon. I just need to get a little bit of downtime. But there's the second cake, so I hope everybody enjoyed the tutorial. Stick close to the channel. I've got more cool things coming up. You know, I love to work with paper, so we're going to figure out some more paper crafts. And, you know, please like and subscribe to the channel. This way, when I post something, a video or a short, you're notified, okay? If you don't subscribe to the channel, you will not get that notification. So I hope everybody has a great rest of their Sunday. I hope you have fun making your own little miniature paper cakes and dress them up how you want, okay? Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.